My name is Michael Jans. I'm the Partner Engagement Manager with the Alberta Mentoring Partnership, and with me is Corey Dodge.
Hello, everyone.
And today we're going to be talking about Mentor Month. So before we get started, Corey, you were just going to poll everyone, right?
No.
We're going to start right into it.
All
right. Well, yeah. So thanks for joining us this afternoon. We are aiming to be respectful of your time and to keep it within a short 15-20 minute presentation and then get on to your questions. So if you have to leave at any point, we're going to record this and we'll send it out to you after, along with other materials. So just moving the PowerPoint ahead. So first of all, we're in as I mentioned, we're going to send you the video in the next day with all of the resources that we talk about. As well, we'll have a bit of a survey. So if you can fill out the survey and let us know not just how if the webinar met your needs or not, but also if there are other resources about Mentoring Month or about mentoring or from the AMP that we can help you provide, that's always helpful. We'll also be asking you to sign up as a featured partner. We'll talk a little bit more about what a featured partner is, but basically it is going to be the agencies and the partners and the programs that we are showcasing during Mentoring Month to really try and push and drive public attention, traffic, volunteers, donors, all of that to your agency at that time. They're the ones who are you're looking for help and you want to engage. So at any time in the webinar, you can ask questions. Some of you have already. You can type into the question box. You'll see it on the bottom right-hand side of your GoToWebinar control panel. So if you have anything, please let us know. And as well, we're just going to trial a poll with you, Corey.
So everybody, we're just doing a quick little poll to get started here. So the question is very simple. Did you participate in Mentoring Month last year? And what you should see on your screen is a yes, no, or not sure. So we're just going to leave this open for about 10 seconds and then we'll get started.
So this should be a pop-up window that has just appeared on everyone's desktop.
Yeah.
Do we know if these work on mobile devices?
They should. There is an app for GoToWebinar. So interesting.
Maybe that's a question. If you're watching our webinar today on a iPad or tablet or phone, please do indicate. So we'll skip ahead
and so 13% of you said yes. Sadly, 63% said no, but that's good that you're on this webinar today. And then not sure, 25% said not sure.
Interesting. Yeah. So basically that's good. Today we're going to, for those 13% of you who did this last year, and there may be a little bit of a refresher, but there'll be a lot of new information as well. So here we go. So what is Mentoring Month? So this is AMP's second Mentoring Month. Mentoring Month is a province-wide celebration of mentoring that takes place in the month of January. This is building on the USA's national mentoring movement called Mentor. If you go to mentoring.org, you can learn more about Mentor. They're an organization that works with hundreds and hundreds of different agencies across state lines in the US. They have fantastic research and resources, and they were funded by the Department of Justice for a long time, and they put out some amazing work. They, I think, are the leaders in the world in the mentoring movement, and we're always quite flattered when they share or compliment our resources as well too. So we work with them quite closely, and they're great. So as I said, it's a province-wide celebration to expand and enhance mentoring. So the guiding questions for today's webinar are, number one, how can we engage in Mentoring Month 2018? How can you as an individual or with your agency or as a program leader? We want to talk a bit about the benefits for you, what we can do to support your agency in building your profile, promoting what you do, helping you with fundraising, future grant applications, your advocacy, your needs, etc. We also want to talk about the benefits for all Albertans, even if you aren't particularly in need of, say, volunteers or grants or fundraising. By participating in Mentoring Month, you help enhance the understanding and of the importance of mentoring for all Albertans. And we know that the work we do in January in our communities primes everyone for engagement for the rest of the year. So a bit about why. Mentoring Month is a great opportunity. Really, it's an excuse for us to have a party, and it's an excuse for us to talk about mentoring. we can tell our communities why we are so passionate about what we do, why mentoring is a proven evidence-based intervention that makes a difference for children and youth, as well as for the mentors who make a difference in their community. We want to talk about the research and the evidence that this isn't just spending time together. This is the power of relationships and the difference that it can make in a young person in their life and how it can steer them on the course for success. We also want to talk to our friends and our loved ones and our neighbors all about what gets us out of bed in the morning to work, to volunteer, to be involved in our agency. The whole genesis of this month was to come together and celebrate. So we want to take advantage of that. So the strategy is basically a grassroots amplification across Alberta in every single community. We know that there's over 150 different AMP partners that are running mentoring programs across Alberta. We want to make sure that in every community, there's at least one ambassador talking about mentoring and talking about why it's important, talking about why people need to volunteer to become mentors and to help get involved. Anyone who's involved in the Mentor Month campaign, anybody who comes to the AMP website for Mentoring Month, when they click that they want to become a mentor, they are redirected to the mentoring agency in their local community. So for example, if you click on Grand Prairie, you'll see the different mentoring agencies there. When somebody fills out the application, a message is sent to Grand Prairie saying, hey, Corey would like to become a mentor and here's his contact info, and then the agency can follow up with Corey. So really, we are trying to help you out by making it much easier to connect citizens from across the community, from across Alberta, with mentoring opportunities in schools and mentoring agencies. So as I said, this is really, Mentoring Month is a big, elaborate excuse to get out there and celebrate all the good work that we do in our communities. So there's many different ways for you to engage in the campaign. A big component, obviously, is the social media piece. We have stories and photos and content that you provided us that we've developed throughout the year that we want to celebrate and get out there. It's free and accessible, and we know that the #1 source of new volunteers across Alberta are the current mentors and volunteers that you currently have, the current mentors and volunteers who tell their friends and neighbors and loved ones about what they do and why they volunteer and why you too should come and get engaged. They're the best source, and we want to make sure that we work with them. Events, this is an opportunity if you ever want to get the mayor or city council or town reeve out to one of your events, you ever want to work to develop the support of influencers in your community. Mentoring Month provides you a very convenient excuse for you to do this. Also, the stories piece. We know that facts tell. We can tell you the stats about how many kids in Alberta have benefited from having a mentor. We can tell you all the different statistics about how it keeps them out of crime or drugs or problems or maladaptive behaviors. But honestly, when we can share the stories about the differences and show how powerful it is, the work that we do, that has a huge impact and a lasting impact. We'll be sharing with you a media release template so you can engage the local media in your community. It's basically you fill in the blanks, you write in your agency, you write in your phone number and email, and we help you send it out and get engaged and to try and get profile for your agency that can hopefully boost you all through the year. So our goal is both for you to amplify externally in your community about talking about what you're doing, but also we wanted to use it as a bit of a team building opportunity within every agency. Mentor Month can become an excuse for you to really celebrate the volunteers who are doing good work already, celebrate the mentors you already have, and to make everyone feel really, really appreciated. So we want to talk a little bit about becoming a future partner. This is a great way, like I said, whether or not you are looking for volunteers or support or fund development right now, by becoming a featured partner, it gives you an opportunity to share your brand, share your story, talk about what you do. It helps inspire others across Alberta when they see that there's wide participation in Mentoring Month and they see that the great work that's happening and they're inspired by your programs and your events. That's amazing. That's wonderful. The bare minimum we ask you as a featured partner is we'd like you to share with us one story, one photo, one wow moment that we can share across Alberta to highlight your program and what it does and to inspire others to greatness too. We'd like for you to think of AMP, the Alberta Mentoring Partnership. That's basically me, myself, and Corey as the full-time staff here working on Mentor Month as your extra staff member. You may be a small agency, maybe 1 or 2 volunteers and working out of a basement of a library. I want you to think of us as your marketing department. If you contact us, if you give us the content, if you let us know the who, what, when, where, why of what you're doing, what you're looking for, what you need, if you provide us your content, if you provide us your asks, we want to be able to help you in designing your campaign and getting it out there. We of course ask you to be reasonable. We won't be able to fly down and maybe draw smoke signals in the sky with a hot air balloon for you, but honestly, that in the past we've worked hard. We've done banners, posters, social content. We have a lot of stock content already developed for Mentor Month that we're going to show you later that we can quickly adapt and add on your logo, add on your contact info. So first come, first serve. Please do get in touch with us. We want to be able to help you out. And of course, the reason we ask you to share us these wonderful stories and these wonderful ideas that you're doing is we want to share them across Alberta to other communities to get people involved, to get people inspired, and to make them think differently about what it means to connect with youth in their community. So here's an example. This is a bad copy paste job, but last year we submitted a template email to all of our agencies that everyone participating in Mentor Month could send out to their staff and their own community. We mentioned that the #1 source of new volunteers is your existing volunteers. So we wanted to make sure that everyone could send a message and not just appreciate their own team, but to ask their own team to pop open their own phone, their own contact list, and to see who else should engage in their work. We also want you to amplify externally. We're going to be working with you to set a quick set of tips and tricks to consider. I'll be sharing with you a bit today, but also we'll be sharing with you more content over email and throughout the year. Now, of course, we always say we are one suggestion from a basement in Edmonton that we think this has worked for us. We've seen it work elsewhere, but it may not work for you. So at any time, if we say something that you don't think mixes with your context or you don't think fits your agency or your community, adapt it. That's fine. We won't be offended. We'll be happy, and we want to learn from you. And you're in the field. You're the frontline staff working in your agencies, working with your cultural communities. If there's something that, say, for example, we suggest to engage via email and you find that engaging via WhatsApp or Facebook is better, then great. Do that. Change up and adapt, and we'll happily celebrate with you. High fives for everyone. So one of the questions we got was, how do we engage the community members, the elected officials, the other people in our town to do things like proclamations for Mentor Month or to get involved in our agency or to help? And we thought that we would ask all of you just to reflect maybe on a notepad beside you about who are some of the folks that you'd like to engage with. This could be, they could be, say, your member of parliament, provincial MLA, mayor, city council, Reeves, maybe your local school trustees, maybe it's a business leader or chair of a chamber of commerce or head of a Rotary Club or something. How you can make an inventory of all of those contacts that you would like to engage and connect with your agency. Mentoring Month provides you a very, very convenient excuse to give them a call and ask them to dance. We also want to talk to you about thinking about the right people for the right event. So what are your goals? Are you trying to get media? Are you trying to build profile? Do you want the local paper to come and profile your event? Because if you do, Mentor Month gives you a great opportunity to invite the mayor to come over and do something at your agency, whether it's an open house or a ping pong match or something else. In my previous life, I used to work for an organization called the Edmonton Federation of Community Leagues, and we did an event called Community League Day. And we wanted to profile this event throughout the whole city. And we knew that if we did something funny, we would get the cameras there. So we had an event where we invited the city councilors and the mayor to do a tricycle race. And sure enough, they did. We built them in an obstacle course. We had the tricycles, and it was they were racing along with some kids from the community. It was an amazing photo op. We had all of the video cameras there, and it was great. It was young people and adults having fun. We talked about neighborhoods. We talked about all of our pieces. The same way that you can think about something creative with your agency that you're doing and use this as a great opportunity to engage and to get elected folks, business leaders, others, maybe not even from within your town or within your community, but maybe even nearby folks you want to come by and support you. It's a great chance to connect with them, to raise your profile, etc. The other thing you may want to do during mentoring month, if you're doing a major fundraiser or something for your community, for your program, this is a great opportunity to think about those folks and to bring them together. So we always encourage you, I mean, go for the big names, try and get the mayor there, try and get the premier, think all the way to the top, invite the prime minister to come and attend, but also be realistic and reach out to all other levels. Don't forget, say, the town councilors or the school board folks or others who may be your best ambassadors in the next United Way campaign or on a future grant application or something else. The more people who know about your agency, the more people who are out there talking about the good work that you're doing, about why mentoring is important, about the difference we're making to youth, this is excellent. We also always suggest that if you're doing something during mentoring month, it's a great chance to show your funders action about what you're doing. Invite them to your events, come and see, let them see for themselves the difference that you're making in the community. We also talk about, fundraising and fundraising. We actually have a webinar that we'll include in the show notes for this episode and email out, but we had Denisha Ballou from the Big Brothers Big Sisters of Edmonton who runs the fund development here. She wrote an excellent list of thoughts that we need to think about for fundraising and fundraising and why we need to think about relationships. So Mentor Month is a great opportunity to pull all of that together and to get out there. So we also wanted to talk about how sometimes we heard from some of you last year, well, we did send a letter, but nobody came. So we just wanted to talk about that a little more. One of in our experience, sometimes the best way is to just keep thinking and keep asking. So sometimes somebody may not have responded to your invite. They may not have got it. There might be other channels. So say you're reaching out to your MLA, there might be another way to contact their office or a different staff member here. They might have two calendars, one for when they're in the legislature in Edmonton and one for when they're here in the community. So calling their local office is just as important. Sometimes if you're going for, say, a minister or a mayor or somebody else, it's actually best to approach through their gatekeepers, to go through their schedulers or constituency assistants or ministerial assistants. Those are the folks who can really help get you in the door. If you know somebody in your community who knows them personally or who's a board member or somebody who can help connect with them, that's excellent. As well, during constituency weeks or opportunities when they're back in town, that's a great opportunity to connect with them too. And all of this, I'm talking a little bit about the elected officials, but it's also just as true for your business leaders and other folks. So as we always say, climb every mountain, try and find as many pathways in to connect with the folks that you want to be ambassadors for your agency and engage them accordingly. So we always encourage you as well too, when you're doing an invite letter, if you're asking them to come and participate in something like Mentoring Month, give them as much detail as possible. Let them know when the event is. Let them know if they're required to be there for a certain time. Provide background about the event, including how many people are going to be there. Is this going to be a small, intimate event with your board, or is this going to be a public event with a couple hundred people? They will need to bring greetings. Will there be media there? Will there be photo ops? Will there be a chance to talk about their business, or if they have something they wish to showcase? If they want to bring something in kind, can they donate it or not? All of these details, the more and more is better. And we always suggest before, during Mentor Month, when you're doing an event, please make sure to clarify any media protocol, those little details like parking arrangements. Make sure that you can do the best as possible to help them have a good event. That means somebody from your board chaperoning them around, taking photos and sharing with them at the event, making sure privacy is respected when needed. And if you, of course, send out a media release saying, hey, the local mayor is going to be at our mentoring agency. We're doing an open house. This is part of Mentoring Month, a province-wide celebration about mentoring. We're looking for another X hundred youth volunteers or X hundred mentors or X dozen donors. I mean, these are great storytelling opportunities for you and your agency to be excited and to toot your own horn. And as always, after any event, we always encourage you to do the thank you note. Make sure that you send them the photos and use Mentor Month as an opportunity to build a relationship all year long. Send them the photos, tag them. You're building a friendship that can last for many years yet. As I said, step one, maybe the chair of the Chamber of Commerce does attend your event. Maybe later on they start to become a donor. Maybe they donate in kind, maybe through their business, maybe through another piece. Maybe they bring other donors in, other relationships, other friends. And of course, when good things are happening, it's a great opportunity to bring media. And as always, you need to think about this in a multi-year context. If people come to your event, it's a great opportunity to bring them back in future because they loved it so much. And as always have a plan B. If somebody can't attend your event, they can send along letters of support, proclamations, short videos that you can show, greetings, paragraphs, endorsements, anything. It's a great opportunity to use that relationship building. So for example, here, this is an example of one of the Mentor Month champions. So for Mentoring Month, we're going to be looking for champions from across Alberta, mayors, leaders, business community members, mentors, anyone, where we're trying to get a brief quote for each of them on the importance of mentoring, and obviously a name, title, a caption, and a photo. And we'll be sharing these pieces, where our goal is to have champions from across the province, and we'll be providing these images and documents to you that you can share throughout the campaign. So we're going to show you a little more on these later, but part of our goal is that we want to use these different champions, such as the mayors, to help with volunteer recruitment in communities. We want to use people like the Minister of Education, the President of the Alberta Teachers Association, and other bigwigs during Education Week to signal to teachers, schools, and departments that this is a very legit campaign. It's worth noting, it's worth celebrating. And remember, we always say political FOMO. If sometimes a politician sees that somebody else is listed as a mentoring champion, they see that and they say, oh no, I have a fear of missing out. I want to make sure that I'm listed as well too. So make sure to leverage your champions for more champions, and we can help you out with all of those details. So we always say January is very busy. Start thinking about Mentoring Month today. Start booking in your events, trying to reach out to the elected officials. When can your town councillor be available? When can they come to your event? It's a great chance to connect. As always, we always say that with staff turnover and everything else, it's just as bad in the nonprofit sector as elsewhere. We want to assume that they know little about you, and it's an opportunity to start from the scratch and say, well, did you know about our mentoring agency? Here's what we do. Here's how many kids we affect. We want to make sure as well that we can provide anecdotes and stories about what's important for us, what's important about the work that we do, and how to get everyone involved. And you never want to have an opportunity where somebody thinks you are something you're not, and so we want to minimize the chances of embarrassment. But as always with Mentor Month, our goal is to have fun. Our goal is to help get everyone involved and engaged, and to build those relationships. So if you have anything you want to share, just send it to me, michael.jans@albertamentors.ca, and we'll be building it into our campaign. And of course, we want to hear from you questions and suggestions about how to improve our Mentor Month campaign. And next, we're going to show you a little bit about the website that Corey has built to help share the Mentor Month story. So if you go to www.albertamentors.ca/mentoring-month, you'll see it'll bring you to this page that we'll be profiling through the campaign. You should be able to see it on your screen right now too. So for anyone who arrives, there's basically two main gateways. The first of all, if they wish to become a mentor and they click here, it'll take them down to this form where they can fill in their contact information. They can choose the region that they're in across Alberta, and if they say, yeah, I'm in the Canadian Rockies, they'll see a list of different agencies and opportunities who are looking for mentors in that area. In this area will be all of the featured partners, so you'll see your logo and information and agency listed there. If you're looking for mentoring program resources, we have our resource of the day. So for 30 days, we profile 30 different resources. Last year, we went through all of our different toolkits, tools for mentoring girls, mentoring Indigenous kids, mentoring refugees, newcomers, and immigrants, videos, podcasts, strengths-based relationship materials, resources for working with youth in care, resources for working with all kinds of different young people and how to build those programs. We even have a week dedicated to schools. So for those of you who are working with schools or education institutions, we've got all kinds of different resources to help you out there. And of course, if you right at the beginning want to learn more about Mentoring Month, you can see a copy of the video that we shared with you today, as well as a link to our YouTube channel with our other content. We've got events happening throughout the month, such as Thank Your Mentor Day or I Am a Mentor Day, where we encourage everyone to share their story. We have links to help people get started in mentoring, about why mentoring is important, connections to research. We'll have different blog posts going out each week. We've got information about why mentoring is important and how you can learn more on about the difference that mentoring is making in your community. You can see throughout the campaign, each week we have a different theme. So the first week is Start Mentoring. The second week is Foundations of Mentoring. So we'll be talking about some of the basic skills and training that we want to get out there. Third week is all about thanking your mentor and sharing mentoring resources. The fourth week is all about schools, and the fifth week is all about celebrating and wrapping up and keeping in touch. If you have any events or pieces that are happening in your agency, let us know. We want to promote them as well too. So of course, one of our goals is always driving traffic and helping get individuals started in mentoring agencies. And one of the ways that we want to do that is by featuring partners. We want to make sure that you're signed up as a featured partner, so we can have you listed here, and we can help direct traffic to your agency. We know not every single one of you is looking for volunteers for every single one of your programs, but the more that we can hear from you, the better. We also have these Did You Know images that we'll be sharing out with you that you can put out in your community. We can add your logo to them if you're interested, but they're general surveys conducted, the data here is conducted from the Alberta Population Lab Research Survey, which is a province-wide survey of Albertans done in 2016. So these are all Alberta numbers, and these are all Alberta stories. So if you think this kind of marketing creative would be helpful for your agency, we're happy to send it to you in a format that you can use. And as I mentioned, we'll be having the different champions each day that go through. We want to build our roster of champions. So if you have other folks who are engaged, if you're on this call and you're a mentoring champion, then absolutely send us your photo and a caption, and we will include it in our circulation. So there's a few other pieces here that we want to share, and of course we'll be doing more newsletters and social media and other pieces, but really, as I mentioned, the minimum ways for you to engage are send us one photo, send us one story, send us one wow factor, something that surprised you or this year, something that really made you happy in the mentoring world, a success story or something that made your day. If you let us know about that, we want to share and inspire others throughout Alberta. So it's January, everybody's sort of dusting off the cobwebs after a couple months or a couple weeks away usually, and it's middle of winter, but we think we can warm things up and pump up the energy with Mentoring Month. So I'm going to ask Corey if there's anything else I missed on the website that you would like to showcase.
No, as Michael said, if anyone does have stories or anything like that, do please send those to us, and we can mock up something for you and then for us to circulate during the month to help spread the word on mentoring.
We're also in the process of working on a couple of partnerships that'll help us out here, one of which is with LinkedIn Canada. We're going to be sharing opportunities through when people sign up to find a mentoring opportunity on our website, you get an automatic email. We're also looking to broaden that. So LinkedIn will automatically list some of the mentoring opportunities from the Alberta Mentoring Partnership. And if then you're a featured partner, we'll be promoting you on LinkedIn and through other channels as well too. That can be helpful for some folks who are looking for jobs or career changes or something to spice up their life. And if they see there's volunteer postings available, we hope that will help drive more traffic to your community.
And so that's another thing is filling out the featured partner form is not only will you be featured during Mentoring Month, but it also makes sure that your partner profile and your information is up to date with us. So if you have a main contact or an office email that needs to be on your profile or updated, that way we can send all the mentors that are interested and they don't get lost in the mingle.
Yeah, so many of you have done fantastic creative campaigns in the past, recruiting volunteers, recruiting donors, and celebrating your agency. We just really want to leverage the good work that you're already doing with the rest of the mentoring community around Alberta to inspire them to do more and to get engaged and to get involved. We've heard from many of you that people have in fact signed up and learned about your agency through the AMP and that they have turned into new mentors and new volunteers. So however we can help that process, Mentoring Month gives us a great opportunity to celebrate, and it's fun. It's a nice chance to really toot our own horns and celebrate our own volunteers and to talk about, yeah, this is what sets strong mentoring relationships apart from other interventions, and how we want to help children and youth wherever they are in Alberta. So now at this time, we're just going to jump over to the question queue and see if there are any other questions from folks on the line. So yeah, the future partner form, that's going to be coming. We're going to send it out to you. And if you have any challenges with that, just respond to Corey, and Corey will make sure that we get you updated and set up. A couple of you have asked, how would you like our logos? If you email us a copy of your logo in the highest res that you have it, highest resolution, Corey can work with that and make sure that it can be shared and adapted accordingly. More videos, you can go to our YouTube page, and we'll send that out in the show notes as well too. You can see and learn more about how about the different pieces. We also have all the content from the National Mentoring Symposium that are posted as well too. And yeah, I think that's it for questions today. So if there are any other pieces you need to reach us, please do be in touch. You can always email us at contact us through the AMP site at mentor.support@albertamentors.ca. So thank you very much for your attention today. Please commute home safely, and we look forward to connecting with you about Mentoring Month and signing all of you up as featured partners. Have a wonderful day.